Yesterday, Fortnite released the version 13.20 update, and in this update, the submachine gun was heavily nerfed, but the rapid-fire SMG didn't change. Now, the rapid-fire SMG was already strong, but with the regular submachine gun nerfed, the rapid-fire SMG is now the best close-range weapon in Fortnite. And in this video, we're going to compare the stats of the rapid-fire SMG with the submachine gun, shotguns, and Jules' drum gun, so you can see why the rapid-fire SMG is overpowered in Fortnite Season 3. And before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the alert notification bell, so when I release a new video, you get notified. Now let's talk about the submachine gun nerf. So submachine guns have been strong since the start of Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3, but it's not the submachine guns were directly buffed, rather shotguns were made weaker, and this was an indirect buff to submachine guns. Clearly Epic Games knew that there was an imbalance between submachine guns and shotguns, particularly at the lower rarities, so that's why in the version 13.20 update there was a heavy nerf to submachine guns. And here's exactly what was changed. So each rarity of the submachine gun had its base damage reduced by 1. The common, uncommon and rare submachine guns had their fire rate reduced from 12 to 10. Epic and legendary submachine guns had their magazine size reduced from 40 to 35. And the reload times for the epic and legendary submachine guns was reduced to compensate for the damage and magazine size nerf and for the reload times to just make more sense. Now on your screen is a comparison of the submachine gun stats before and after version 13.20. You can see that the damage per second or DPS for the common, uncommon and rare submachine guns have been reduced by about 21%, which is a lot. And the DPS of the epic and legendary submachine guns have also been reduced by about 5%. This isn't as drastic as the DPS nerf of the lower rarities, but it was the magazine size nerf that really hurt the epic and legendary submachine gun. So now the stats of the submachine gun are more logical and balanced as you increase in rarity. But what about the rapid fire SMG? The rapid fire SMG was already a good choice for close quarters combat, particularly at the higher rarities. But it was difficult to get a high rarity rapid fire SMG because you could only get them from eliminating henchmen and from henchman chests. You can sidegrade submachine guns to a rapid fire SMG, but there was a bug preventing you from sidegrading epic and legendary submachine guns to a rapid fire SMG, but this bug was fixed in version 13.20. Also in version 13.20, the upgrade bench was added as an item that you can get from chests, so you can deploy your own workbench to allow you to easier upgrade and sidegrade your weapons. In other words, it's going to be much easier to get a rapid fire SMG now, because the sidegrade bug has been fixed and we have deployable workbenches. Now here's a comparison of the regular submachine gun after version 13.20 and the rapid fire SMG that shows the clear power difference between these two weapons. You can see that at all rarities the rapid fire SMG is a lot stronger than the submachine gun. On average, the rapid fire SMG does 25% more DPS, and the relative amount of DPS difference increases at higher rarities. So it's clear that the rapid fire SMG is superior to the submachine gun. Of course, the rapid fire SMG has a smaller magazine size, but the high DPS and low reload time more than make up for this. Now let's take a look at the rapid fire SMG in comparison to Jules' drum gun. Technically, Jules' drum gun is an assault rifle, but because of its high fire rate it feels like an SMG. You can see that even an uncommon rapid fire SMG does more DPS than Jules' drum gun, which is a mythic weapon. Obviously, Jules' drum gun has a much higher magazine size, but this is a mythic weapon and I would still choose a rapid fire SMG over it. That's how strong the rapid fire SMG is right now. Now let's talk about shotguns versus the rapid fire SMG. So shotguns was seriously nerfed from the start of Chapter 2 Season 3. A lot of players' favourite shotgun, the pump shotgun, was vaulted, and in its place we got the charge shotgun. Players are still figuring out how to get the most value from the charge shotgun, but it's clearly not as powerful as the pump shotgun. Of course we still have the tactical shotgun, but the damage of the tactical shotgun was decreased at the start of Season 3 to make it more balanced with the charge shotgun. Also, the headshot multiplier of shotguns was reduced from 2.0 to 1.5. and submachine guns have a headshot multiplier of 1.75, so it's higher than the shotgun. Now here's how the rapid fire SMG compares with the tactical shotgun. You can see that the DPS of the tactical shotgun is really quite awful, and it's almost half of the rapid fire SMG at all rarities. I think that the tactical shotgun really needs a buff if it's to become a viable weapon. And here's how the rapid fire SMG compares with the charged shotgun, and since the charged shotgun does damage based on how much you charge it, I've included both the base and charged damage for a fair comparison. Again, you can see that the rapid fire SMG absolutely dwarfs the charged shotgun at all rarities, regardless of how much you charge it. Of course, the charged shotgun is meant to be a burst weapon rather than a sustained damage weapon, but because of how tricky the charged shotgun is to use because of its unique mechanics, you're less likely to land a full damage shot, and therefore the rapid fire SMG is more reliable. So to conclude, it's clear that the rapid fire SMG is the king of close ranged weapons in Fortnite right now. Its damage combined with a super fast fire rate means that it has the highest DPS of any weapon. In fact, the fire rate is so fast that you can even sneak in some damage on players that are turbo building, especially if that player has high ping. But it's unlikely that the rapid fire SMG will remain this strong. Listen, Epic Games are definitely going to nerf the rapid fire SMG as more players discover how overpowered it is, and I expect that they'll nerf the damage or the fire rate so that it's more in line with the submachine gun. And the reason they haven't nerfed it yet is that hardly anyone uses the rapid fire SMG, so it flew under Epic Games' radar. The rapid fire SMG is truly a sleeper weapon, even though big names in the Fortnite scene like Cypher PK have been saying how good it is. So make sure you use and abuse the rapid fire SMG in your games while it's strong so you can have the best chance of winning. There's no reason you should use the standard submachine gun following the nerf from version 13.20, and you should side grade it as soon as you can for the superior rapid fire SMG. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you found this video useful, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like on the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications because it really helps me grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Peace.